اللغة مش مجرد كلمات. دي كانت بدايات لقائنا مع رئيس قنصلية بيرو في مصر مستر جيان كارلو، لما سألناه عن تواصل ودور اللغة في كسر الحواجز بين الثقافات، خاصة بين بيرو ومصر.
Yes, in the case as part of the Embassy of Peru in Egypt, okay, I'm in charge of the cultural relationships and of course the cultural promotion. For the reason we understand that language is effective tool, okay, for this cultural cross-cultural communication, okay, and like a cultural bridge, a bridge cultural gaps, okay, in order to have a closer communication between Peru and Egypt. In the case, we understand that language is part, is not also like a form of communication, no, in the sense of a wider sense, language is also culture. For that reason, is a way, okay, to promote our country and to promote the values and the norms, okay, and the ethics of our countries, okay, in order that people know about both countries, especially like language. Of course, we need to understand each other, but we need to understand the culture behind people, like for example, behaviors and the values, and of course that the thinking of these people, okay, in the daily life, because that is the most important part. Sometimes when we work with people of other country, sometimes we have this gap because it's like we understand the language but we don't understand the person itself, okay, their life, their values, okay, their thinking about some parts of life. For the reason, the first step is language, but after that we need an extra communication, okay, in order to know more about people and in order to know more about the other culture.
اللغة الأسبانية ما كانتش اللغة الأصلية لبيرو، وفي نفس الوقت كانت اللغة القديمة ومشابهة للغة مصر القديمة اللي هي اللغة القبطية.
In that case, as you know, Peru was part of the Spaniard Empire, the Spanish Empire. For that reason, it's like we nowadays talk Spanish because it's part of our culture, it's part of our history. But in that case, before the Spaniards, no, before this period, this viceroyal period, okay, we have the Inca civilization, and they talk Quechua. It's not the only language, the only Aboriginal language in Peru, because we have the Quechua, Aymara, and we have more than 30 languages in the Amazonian region. Okay, for example, Shipibo Conibo, we have Tupi Guarani and another ones. Okay, for that reason, it's like we have a lot of language, and for that is like a language is related with culture. For that, Peru is a multicultural country, okay, with many cultures and nationalities, okay, but inside of our territory. But in the case, the most important language, okay, Aboriginal language, are the Quechua and the Aymara. In the case, the Quechua is important because finally is the language of the former empire, the former Inca Empire. For that reason, for us is and for the Spaniards and then for us like Peruvians, is the most important language in Peru, apart from the Spanish, of course, because is the language of our ancestors. In the case nowadays, there are some regions of okay they speak Quechua, okay, as part of their life and their culture, and of course they speak Spanish, but they have these both ways to communicate with others, no, the Spanish and the Quechua. In the case, for example, if we compare with Egypt, we have like nowadays the Egyptians speak Arabic, but some of the population speak also Coptic. The reason Coptic is more related with Quechua, no, in the sense like a minority speaks this language, and of course is part of an ancient culture, an ancient civilization. For example, because Coptic is related with the Pharaonic civilization, okay, in some part. And the Arabic is more similar with the Spanish because it's the common language and is the language that prevail in the country, no? In the case in Peru.
إزاي البيروفيين شايفين مصر؟ وهل رؤيتهم لمصر زمان اختلفت عن دلوقتي؟ ده اللي هنعرفه في الحلقة الجاية مع مستر جيان كارلو، فتابعونا.